of a crash course in distance learning. This week, we're going to look at formative assessment with games. So specifically, we're going to look at a few quiz game options that you might use in our current distance learning setting for formative assessment. Remember, formative assessment is that kind of quick check for understanding, different than formal assessment. With our kids not being in that face-to-face environment, it's a little harder to do those quick checks. And so something where we can keep kids engaged with a game, kind of a quiz game might be something that you're interested in doing. I know we have a few people who have maybe used that in the past or are already doing it. But it might be something that you'd like to do to kind of check out and give a quick check to some of those skills that we're sending home or those critical standards that we outlined at the beginning of this whole process. So here we are in week 3. Just want to check in with a few things. We've got the live Google Meet again. Those have been really, I think, productive. People are able to share ideas. We've got some good ideas from folks and what's going on in buildings, things that have worked really well, haven't worked. Again, the optional college credit assignment, if you're interested in taking the class for 2 hours of credit. And then this week's quote unquote assignment. So we'll take a quick look at that. There are 2 things attached here. One is a Google Doc, which you're going to turn in. It has some read and response inside of it. The other is a link to a district-wide Kahoot game. So part of this week's assignment is to play a self-paced Kahoot game so you can kind of see what it looks like on the student end. And you can do that at any time before next Sunday, April 26th. It's open the whole time. You can play whenever you want. There are 12 questions, and they each are allowed 10 seconds apiece. So it'll go very quickly. They're random trivia questions, no studying, no knowledge necessary. It's just kind of a fun way to see what a student might see on their end. I've set the timer just so it can go quickly for you, and also that there's no internet cheating by anyone. If we take a quick look at the Google Doc here, the formative assessments with games, it has some directions as well as a table that is going to compare and contrast 3 of the sort of online quiz games that are pretty popular in the education field. You'll see here there's sort of 4 steps or 4 things as part of that. One is to watch this quick video here, which is about 5 minutes, and it's linked right there. That kind of gives a pretty detailed comparison of the 3 games, Kahoot, Quizizz, and Quizlet Live. Then I put together just a quick table here of those 3 things where you can kind of see the pros and cons, whether they're live or self-paced. There's also a link to the game inside the Google Doc here if you'd like to access it from inside this Google Doc, and then answer a question at the end. So here we've got our table, and you can access those games if you don't have accounts and want to check them out through these links over here on the side. There is an optional kind of more detailed article if you want to spend some time doing that. By no means should you do that if you don't want to. Here's the link again to get to that Kahoot game, as well as it being in the Google Classroom assignment there. And then answer one of these 2 questions depending on if you have previously used one of the games before in your traditional or maybe this continuous learning classroom environment the last few weeks, or this question here if you have not previously used them. So that's the Google Doc. When you're done, this will be a blue turn in button here in the top. I promise it will say turn in this week right here, and you can just turn that in, and that will complete that part of this week's assignment for you as well. So again, we've got the Google Doc, kind of outline the steps there. We've got the district-wide Kahoot game, which should be pretty fun and be pretty fast. And then again, our weekly live meet there. So everybody's doing a really great job. Hopefully you're finding the information useful, some of the built-in tech skills and those things, maybe hopefully things you haven't seen before or are new to you, or build on some previous knowledge that you have. So have a great week. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.